Hi cookies. Today we're going to be making some I'm sorry y'all, I can't do this ASMR stuff. I can't do it. We're making lobster mac and cheese and it's damn good. So let's cook. Of course, to start, we have our lobster tails and we're just going to chop them right down the center, making 2 separate pieces from each tail. In my cast iron skillet, I'm just heating up some olive oil and melting some butter. The oil is just to keep the butter from burning. Now I'm going to add in some crushed garlic. Mine is roasted, that's why it's a little bit darker. Regular works fine. And I'm going to saute that on a very low setting for like 10 seconds. Don't burn my garlic. Add in the lobster tails, shell side down. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of Creole or Cajun seasoning on these things, and then we're going to sear them for 1 minute per side until it gets a little color. We're not trying to cook it all the way through because we still have to bake. And no, that's not burnt. That's just the color of the side that hasn't been seared yet. When it's done, take it out. In that same pan, we're going to melt some more butter. Now pour in some flour and we're going to whisk it to make our blonde roux for our cheese sauce. Just whisk it for a good minute to cook out that flour taste. Now we're going to add in some cold half and half while whisking. We want it to be cold so we can avoid having any lumps in our sauce. So just pour it in slowly and whisk as you pour. Now we want to bring the roux or the sauce to a simmer so it can heat up, and as it heats it will thicken. So while we wait on that, let's add in the spices, starting with some garlic powder and then onion powder, keeping things really simple, and we're going to season to taste with salt and white pepper. By now the sauce should have thickened, so it's time for the cheese. First up is the Gruyere. Yeah, we're using bougie cheese today, y'all. Next is the mozzarella, and make sure you guys buy the block and shred it yourself. Don't put that packaged cheese in my mac. And then we're going to need some white cheddar, and once you get all your cheeses in there, go ahead and mix it together. Now add in half of the mixed cheese into the sauce. Stir it all up well and then turn off the heat as soon as it melts. Use whatever pasta you prefer. I love cavatappi in this dish. You just cook it according to package instructions until it's al dente, and then drain it, but do not rinse the pasta. Just drain it and then pour it into the sauce and stir it all up. Make sure that sauce coats the pasta completely. Okay, take the lobster meat out of the shell, chop it up roughly, and add it in. Now sprinkle on the rest of that mixed cheese evenly over the top. Grab some panko breadcrumbs and pour in some melted butter and mix it together well. And sprinkle it over the top of the mac and cheese. Of course, I gotta add a little fresh parsley on top to make it look, a little fancy. And lastly, y'all, this is it. We're going to shred some fresh Parmesan on top. Then put it in a 375-degree oven for 15 to 20 minutes, and cookies, you will have this super bomb lobster mac and cheese. The recipe link will be down there in the description box. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this. I gotta eat, so until next time, be blessed.